Hi, I'm Dana. I know I said we were going to be going back to my regular content, but maybe we're doing a slow decline back into my regular content because this is sort of similar, but it's a little bit different, and it's one that I've had in mind for a really long time, but I've not really known how to put it across. I've not really known it would be received well. I've been nervous about it. I've just been a little nervy about it, and it's literally just that you have to help yourself. Okay, this is what I mean. I'm a blunt ass autistic person, and I don't really know how to put things across delicately or nicely or in ways that don't piss people off. And it's just one of those things that, like, somebody's gotta say it. And all too often when somebody's gotta say something, no one fucking does. And as such, it has to be me. And okay, so I want to make clear that this is from all the love in my heart. This is not a direct attack on anyone either. This is something that I've had to hear myself at times and something that I have to remind myself of. It's not easy, it's not fun, and it's not a personal attack towards anybody. However, I've started getting quite a lot of comments. Like, I don't want to like preach and be like, oh my god guys, I'm famous, but I've started getting like a reasonable amount of comments, and I do read every single one of them all the way through. Like, even if you've left me a really long comment, even if it's the first comment you've ever left, like, I don't give a fuck. I read every comment. I think they're all really interesting. I genuinely enjoy reading every single one. But it means that I've got a lot of strangers telling me things about their lives, and it's super interesting. I love it. This is not me shitting on that, but what it also means is that I'm hearing a lot about strangers' lives. And on the one hand, obviously that means that I'm getting it without context, I'm getting it without nuance, and I don't know the situation, I don't know the other people involved in the situation. Like, it's a very, very, very tiny pinprick view into someone's life. But that being said, I am still getting a view into someone's life. And there's been a fair amount of comments that I first of all really relate to, where I've been in similar situations, I've had similar feelings, I get it kind of thing. But there's a certain vibe, and I do think it comes from being autistic. I don't think it's a personality flaw. I don't think it's laziness. I think that it's part of being autistic for lots and lots of us, where when we're in a situation, when we've got something going on, like, there's shutdowns, there's meltdowns, there's overwhelm, there's all sorts that we have to deal with. And when we've got a prolonged, difficult situation, I think it's very, very easy to sort of start sitting back, you sort of get a little bit complacent and like, oh, well, I'm gonna sort it eventually, or it has to be sorted, but I'm really stressed about it right now, I can do this thing first. So, we sort of not make excuses per se, because I think a lot of the time they're reasons. It's not an excuse to not do something, it's a reason that we haven't got around to it. But we're quite good at giving ourselves those reasons, I think, or at least I am. And there's all too many comments that I read where I'm like, I feel this deep within my soul. I've been in this place. I completely understand where you're coming from, or at least I think I do from the comment you've left. Obviously I'm missing lots of context again, etc. But for the most part, I feel like I get it. And the only person that can fix it is you. This is not to every person that's ever left me a comment. It's not to every comment. But there's certain situations that people have left comments about where, I feel like somebody needs to be the person to say, like, you have to be the person to fix it. Unfortunately, with a lot of things in life, the only way to fix it is by doing it ourselves. And especially for those of us that have black and white thinking, I know that I personally can often end up in situations where it's a bad situation or something horrible's happened, something negative's going on, and it wasn't my fault. Which means that I will be like, well, it's not my problem. So it might be my problem, but it's not my fault. So I'm not the one that has to fix it because it wasn't my fault. And guess what, people? Sometimes you've just got to fucking fix it anyway, even though it really literally was not your fault. And it's frustrating and it's annoying. But a lot of the time, if you don't fix it, no one else is going to. And obviously, this is pretty standard life advice. I know that I'm catering it to autistic people because I'm an autistic person that needed to hear stuff like this. And from the comments that I receive, sometimes I think some of y'all need to hear this stuff too, and I'm sorry to be the one to do it because I know it pisses people off and upsets them, but I think it's going to be better in the long run, okay? However, with it being catered to autistic people, I also want to point out that sometimes that does mean that you have to find someone to do it for you. You have to find someone to support you to do it, you know? Like, it's very, very easy to be like, you have to do it. But I've had 100,001 situations where I'm sat there and I'm like, okay, but I have no idea where to start. I have no idea what to do. And unfortunately, that's where we still have to do shit for ourselves. You know, whether that's trying to get in touch with social services, whether it's trying to get a social worker, whether it's asking friends and family for help, you've still got to take the first step to get the thing done. And it's hard and it sucks, but you gotta do it, okay? And I am very, very understanding of the fact that for a lot of us that support is not there. I really get that, because it's like, I moved, nearly a month ago now, and I got a phone call 2 days ago from the support in my local area that was supposed to help me move in October. They phoned me 2 days ago. I'm uploading hopefully this video either the day I'm filming it, fingers crossed, or the next day. And 2 days ago they phoned me to be like, do you still need our help? Of course I don't need your fucking help. I had to move out of my ex's place last January, and I phoned you for help in October when I finally found your number, and you're phoning me back for not the point of the video, I'm sorry, it just really made me angry. I understand that the support's not always there. And I more than understand the fear that you're going to do something wrong, that you're going to fuck it up in some way, that you won't be able to do it even if you do try. But you're not going to fucking know until you've started doing it. And shit's got to get done. You know, being autistic people, and especially being autistic adults that have to live adult lives and do adult things, we deserve more support. We deserve more support because things are more difficult for us. But you've still got to just fucking suck it up and get it done, and it's not fair and it's not good enough. And I think that we all should continue talking about things and trying to fight to get more support, even though I don't know how the fuck or where the fuck or when the fuck that fight starts. But at the end of the day, you've got to get it done. And I'm just, you know, like I said, I do get it. But I also get a lot of comments nowadays, for me, as a small content creator, it's a lot more than I ever expected to get. And just, please, I want to see you all improve your situations. Those of you who tell me, that you're in places similar to where I've been, and, things aren't going well for you and everything sucks kind of thing. I fucking get it, and I know how hard it is to dig yourself out. But you've got to do it. I'm sorry, but you've gotta. If not for yourself, then fucking do it for me, okay? Because believe me, no one else is going to do it for you. And there might be the odd person out there watching this where you've got incredibly brilliant family or friends or support or a social worker or whatever else who actually will. But for most of us, for myself included, no one else is going to sort any of our shit out for us. We have to do it ourselves. You have to do it yourself. You know, and I'm not saying this in you have to do it by yourself. I'm just saying you've got to get your shit done. Please. You know, look at your situation and figure out what would improve it. And I get it when you're no, there's nothing that I can do. I get it. There's those situations too. I'm not saying that everybody can just fix your life. But I do think that there's a fair few of you that if you looked at your situation and really tried to see it in black and white terms, you can see what you need to do to get into a better place for yourself. And you know, I get it, we're autistic here, we're all fucking autistic. It's hard to do shit. It's hard to live as an adult, it's hard to be in the world, it's all fucking hard. But sometimes you can do some really, really, really hard shit to make everything else a little bit easier. And it's so fucking worth it, and it's so much better. And I really just want to encourage and recommend that people do that, because I'm having the best point of my life right now. I've removed so much stress and just all the shit that was fucking crowding up my brain and making me really anxious and making me really sad and giving me day to day just fucking panic and anxiety. I've just cut a whole shit ton of it out. And like I say, it's taken me a year to move out of my ex's place. It's definitely not an immediate fucking solution. I get that you can't just do it overnight. But having done it, I've never had the kind of like just fucking like I'm on point right now, like I get what I'm doing, I know what I'm going for, I feel good about myself, I feel good about my situation, I feel good about the people that are in my life. Like, you can do it, and it's so refreshing and it's so like calming and settling. And that's what this video is about. It's not to make anyone feel bad, it's putting out like you can feel better, you know? Like, it'll take time. It's taken me over it. I mean, it's taken me 25 fucking years, almost 26. I literally turned 26 this month. It's taken me almost 26 years to get here. I get that it takes time, but like, boy, does it feel fucking good. And I really sincerely want all of you to feel this good at some point. You know, like, I don't know how long it's gonna last, but like, everyone deserves to feel this. Just like, I think I might be content. Like, I keep going for happy, and I would say I'm happy as well. But overall, it's this, like, very just... I don't feel like I've got anything really... Sorry, I'm burping. I don't feel like I've really got anything to worry about, you know? Like, I do. I absolutely fucking do. I really need to, like, figure out a job and how to make money, because money is a big worry. But, you know, like... money's also money, and I like desperately need some. We all fucking need it. There's a cost of living crisis. Money is not just money. Money means a lot, but it is also just money. If you get, I hope you understand what I mean. Like, outside of the things that everyone in the country is worrying about, my life's very like worry free, and you know, it's still doing a lot of work on myself. I keep realising that I have more trauma and more things that have kind of fucked me up, and more things that play on my mind and that I need to work through. But like, it's so much easier to have that shit popping up into like an empty, carefree, like not currently anxious about something directly happening right now mind. Just everything feels a touch easier, everything's a bit nicer to deal with, and I really want you all to feel good. I never thought that I'd have a point in my life that's this like comfortable and nice and just like, I feel really good. Never, ever, ever thought I would get this. Like, I didn't even think I'd fucking be alive this long for a lot of my life, to be honest. And now, like, I would go so far as to say, like, life's good. Like, I'm not being ironic. I'm not in, like, doing, like, finger guns, but yeah, life's great, man. I'm like, life's actually quite good, like, for me right now. So, I really want everyone else to get that. I really want all of you guys, like, you know, I always enjoy reading your comments. Like, enjoy might not be the right term, because like some of them are kind of sad, like some of them like I feel bad for you, you know, but I always read the comments, and I always like, we're going with enjoy. I need a thesaurus, I'm sorry. I always enjoy reading them, but like I'd enjoy it a hell of a lot more if you were telling me good things, you know. And that's not to say that you can't tell me bad things, or like you can't tell me that your situation's like negative or whatever. Like, I still want you to comment with your normal comments. I'm still gonna enjoy reading them. But I just like deeply, deeply hope that one day all of the comments are really nice, because every autistic person's just happy. Autistic people only, like neurotypicals can suffer. Fucker. No, I just, like, I know I'm just that fucking little bitch from fucking Mean Girls. It's like, I want to make a cake filled with rainbows and smiles. But like, I really do. So yeah, this has been a long rambly video, I know. We are going to be back to like proper content after this. I promise you, I swear to God, we're gonna get back to good content after this. But for now, that's the video. See how I was gonna like go straight into my outro, but then I remembered that I'm a self-promoting YouTuber now. You can donate to my Ko-fi down below, even though I've recently removed PayPal and I'm not entirely sure it'll work. And there's a... Follow me. That's the best thing to do for now, I think. You can follow me on TikTok, you can follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on Twitter, you can subscribe to me here. They're all the social medias, aren't they? I don't have like Discord or anything, so I think that's the lot that you can find me on. If you find me somewhere else, it's probably not me. You can find me on Tumblr, but I don't. Please don't find me on Tumblr. So whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. And I will see you again in a couple of days.